Coming up, the home was built around the concept of feng shui.
It's funny, at the closing table, the lady that sold it to us told us it was a lucky house.
But bringing that good fortune outside to a new entertainment terrace isn't easy.
This is what happens when it rains. Nothing.
And I'm not sure I want a 10-foot tall monster in my yard.
But these homeowners know what they do want.
I want a pool.
Actually, this is the outdoor fireplace.
It gives us a little more space for the dogs.
Above all else, they want just the right balance of yin and yang. It'll take more than luck for things in this backyard to end up in perfect harmony. I'm Justin Cave, and this is Groundbreakers. Do you believe that the right landscape can bring you health, wealth, and prosperity in your personal life? We've got some homeowners that certainly hope so. Do you feel lucky? Because I do. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it starts right now. You guys, this is a funky little house. Were you into the whole feng shui thing before you moved in here?
No, not at all. The feng shui thing was honestly, to me, I think I called it feng shui the first time. The lady that built it, she was in Japan for 10 years. And as she came back, she designed this house around that concept of feng shui.
Have you guys had any good luck or wealth or prosperity since you moved in?
You know, it's funny, at the closing table, the lady that sold it to us told us it was a lucky house. We moved in, and 2 weeks later I won $7 grand in Vegas. So maybe it's a lucky house.
Shane and Sabrina hope to ride their lucky streak right outside to a new landscape. To do that, they've turned to landscape architect Graham Pittman. Graham, when Sabrina and Shane told you about the whole feng shui, Asian-oriented landscape they're trying to do, were you familiar with that?
Yeah, definitely. You know, with feng shui, it's more of a spiritual type of design where there's an appropriate place for everything, the earth, the sun, the water. You know, ours is more of an Asian theme with maybe some pieces of feng shui in it.
Right. And Sabrina knows exactly what one of those pieces should be.
I want a pool.
Of course, the main element's the pool. I mean, it has to nestle into the site. We've got grade issues that we have to deal with, and we use steps and the retaining wall to take care of those issues. And we create this upper terrace. That's where we have our spa that spills into the pool.
And a fire pit also.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Actually, this is the outdoor fireplace. And then go up there and congregate around the fireplace, sit on these benches that'll be built into the walls.
So we've got a lot of entertaining area here.
Oh, tons. I mean, so much more than what they had. And then as we tie the house back to the pool, you know, we create these wonderful decks that they can sit on, look out across the pool, and really enjoy their space.
So is the position of the pool and other parts of the landscape important for the whole flow coming in and out of the house, I guess for the chi? Is that the word I'm looking for?
Right. Very good.
My background in real estate also tells me that feng shui in today's market is very marketable. I hate to think business life when I'm thinking about my home, but that was something that...
Hey, your home is your best investment.
Yeah,
That's
true.
I'm not so sure about that after this, but we'll talk about that later.
How deep is the pool going to be?
I believe it's going to be 8 feet.
8 feet, so there's a lot of dirt that we got to pull out of here.
Yeah, there is, and the good news is what we're going to do is we're going to actually pick that dirt up and we're going to move it to the other side of the lot. Plus, it gives us a little more space for the dogs.
So that's going to be their space down here?
You know, more than likely, it'll all be their space.
Lately, the dogs have been hanging out underneath the house. That's because the entire thing is sitting on concrete blocks. So is the new porch, is it going to have some lattice or something up to match these cinder block piers?
No, we had lettuce and we hated lettuce.
Yes, we hated lettuce.
So we're not going to use any lattice or anything like that. We're going to use nice stone, give it a good look. Is the new deck going to go all the way around the house like the old one?
It is. We're going to make the space larger, so we tie all the rooms of the house together. And at the same time, we maintain that Asian flair.
Absolutely. It's a lot to squeeze into one yard, and watching over it all will be Shane and Sabrina's own personal good luck guardian.
Well, he's very special and very old.
The dragon, it's a hand-carved dragon that was 50 years old at that time. So that was 1964, so that makes him somewhere around, I don't know, close to 100 years old. The feng shui aspect of it, the research that we've been able to come up with is that it provides protection. So we're just not inclined to move him.
Even with the good luck dragon, Shane admits to being worried about one aspect of this job that no one can control.
Time. Time, please let it go fast. We've been through this. This is not our first rodeo on the renovation, so we know how it goes. But just getting it done in a timely fashion and giving us our house back, that's the key.
It's the first day of work on this project. An excavator rolls into the backyard and the pool crew spreads out, taking careful measurements, pounding stakes, and double-checking the plan. It's a little nerve-wracking when all the machinery and everybody starts rolling in, isn't it?
It's a zoo, for sure.
These guys are pulling the pin off the back property line and finding the center of the spa. Then they're gonna spray it out. You guys give it the thumbs up, and then it's go time. We're cashing our chips in. There's no turning back.
Rock and roll?
All right. What we're doing here is working off our transit. Our transit is shooting a laser beam from that point to the stick here. So I put the stick at the depth, and then we get a tone. When it goes slow, it needs to come up a little. When it goes fast, it needs to go down a little. And when we get a nice monotone sound like that, Dawson's right where he needs to be on the grade. To see the design and get more info about this project, check us out at hgtv.com/groundbreakers. When we come back, Sabrina's impressed by how fast everything is happening.
I mean, this was just a yard 2 days ago.
But later, the crew may not be moving fast enough. It's literally a race against the clock to keep from ruining the pool's concrete shell. So we're talking a matter of minutes before this concrete sets
Exactly. I mean, you're little minutes, not 15, 20 minutes, 5 minutes.
Minutes. Homeowners Shane and Sabrina have just kicked off a huge landscape renovation. Their home was built 40 years ago following the ancient philosophies of feng shui. Now they're hoping to bring some of that harmony and prosperity to the backyard with a new pool. And so far, so good.
Okay, we just finished day 2. Check out all that they've done in just 2 full days. Look at how deep this is. How wild is that? That's pretty cool. I mean, this was just a yard 2 days ago.
A few days later, steel rebar is added for strength. Then, it's time to spray the concrete pool shell.
What they're doing is, you can see here, they've shot the wall. They're not wasting any time. They're already forming it, shaping it, getting it ready for the shape of the actual pool itself. They don't have time to sit around and let it sit. They've got to rock and roll.
They're moving.
Yeah.
They're moving. So we're talking a matter of minutes before this concrete sets up.
Exactly. I mean, you're little minutes, not 15, 20 minutes, 5 minutes. Minutes. They don't have time to play.
What do you like, my boots?
Those are classy.
Put me in, coach. Let's go. It looks like an easy job, but it's not. It's coming out here about 80 miles an hour, and it can knock a grown man down. This is what they mean by getting hosed. Meanwhile, Shane and Sabrina have gone with their deck builder, Ashley, to a nearby house to check out some decking material, and they like what they see.
So come on, tell us what you thought.
I like it, actually. Looked good. What'd you think?
Looks good, strong.
You have to turn the camera around when you do that.
Good, strong.
With the thumbs up given, carpenters start on a 6-foot wide deck that will wrap all 4 sides of the house. They're using an imported hardwood called Ipe. And if Shane and Sabrina were hoping for some good luck in the new landscape, they may have found it with their decking choice.
It's one of the most durable decking products you can put down. It comes from Brazil. Trees typically mature in about 80 years. It's cyclical harvested, but it lasts for 200 years. The homeowner pays a slightly higher up front, but they never replace it again.
It seems more harder than regular pressure-treated pine.
It's actually one of the hardest woods known to man. It's so dense it doesn't even float, but it lasts for 200 years. Has a Class A fire rating. The house could burn down, the deck's still gonna be here.
I like it. In fact, I like it so much, I come back a few days later for a hands-on installation lesson. Okay.
So do you want to try and put one of these in?
What's this little device
This
here
is a
for?
bow wrench, because with pressure treated wood, you can just push it over, but this wood is so dense and hard that so you have to use this.
Just bend it in there.
Let that do the work.
Did a little bit of elbow grease, and we're using a stainless steel screw. We've already pre-drilled the holes because this wood is so dense.
Yeah.
You always want to put these screws a little bit underneath the board.
Yeah, just recess them slightly.
I could build this porch all by me onesie.
Oh, buy me onesie. I'm from England, not Australia.
Okay. To learn more about building a deck in your own landscape, visit us online at hgtv.com/groundbreakers. 3 weeks ago, we were standing in the same spot, nothing but weeds and bamboo. Shane and Sabrina never even came up here. Now it's starting to look like a primo entertainment area. As you can see, we have the makings of our fireplace here. This is a special fire brick, and this is gonna be the interior of the fireplace itself, which is only gonna get bigger and better. We got our block walls here. We're gonna dress these up with some stone. And in the winter months, if the fireplace isn't keeping you warm enough, there's always the spa. And I'm telling you, this is an entertainment area all on its own. I could fit me and 10 of my closest friends in here. So far, it's been good times and good luck on this project, but then a bad sign of things to come. The Lucky Dragon, a hand-carved antique that's been on the top of the carport since the home was built, finds itself sitting on the ground for the first time since 1964, as the house and carport get re-roofed. Just a few days later, bad luck hits the job site and Sabrina.
Weather takes on a whole new meaning when you're under construction. This is what happens when it rains. Nothing. Nothing at all. No wonderful workers. Just tons of mud. Just lots and lots of mud everywhere. Let's see. Oh my God, I truly locked myself out. I totally locked myself out.
When we come back, the bad luck continues and is looming large next to the carport.
We've got a problem, and I'm not sure I want a 10-foot tall monster in my yard.
And the closer they get to the finish line, the further away it seems.
It's in 2 weeks. 2 weeks it'll be done. In 2 weeks. 2 more weeks.
And that's where we've been for approximately 6 weeks.
Crews have made a lot of progress with this feng shui themed landscape. But 2 months in, crews find themselves between a rock and more rock, with over 40 tons of stonework. Below the deck on all 4 sides of the house, on the outdoor fireplace, on the retaining and seating walls in the entertainment space, and around the pool and spa. It looks great, but nothing else in the yard gets touched for 6 weeks. And then landscaper Chip Price is on site to lay new zoysia sod.
You kind of see the a little bit of green in there, but it's dormant for the most part, but it's thick. It's almost like a mat, and it's a very slow grower. This thing is going to get really thick and green, and it's going to choke out a lot of the weeds that are going to want to pop in here in the spring and the winter time.
But this grass may be the only plant material Shane and Sabrina see for a while.
Shane wants to get a feel for what it's going to look like with the grass down, then kind of look and see what areas he wants to plant, what areas he doesn't want to plant.
But before the new dog run gets its sod, Shane wants to make a change.
We've got a problem. The problem is they've finally come up with this retaining wall that I've got coming off the side of the garage, and it's really tall. The plans really only call for that thing to be about 3 feet high. But because of the way the elevations worked out, they had to make it much higher so that we could level off the lot. Even though it might be 5 feet tall now, we're gonna have to put another 5-foot tall wrought iron fence on top of it, which will make it close to 10 feet tall. And I'm not sure I want a 10-foot tall monster in my yard.
Soon, the wall has been lowered and faced with stone, and the skid steer is grading out soil behind it so new sod can be put down. A month later, the landscape is still waiting for plants.
We are currently probably 99% complete, and that's where we've been for approximately 6 weeks. So, but it should be done soon.
Well, I like to joke and say in 2 weeks, because that's been the perpetual.
2 weeks.
It's in 2 weeks. 2 weeks it'll be done. 2 weeks. 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Realistically?
Actually, realistically, 2 weeks.
But 2 months later, it's still not a finished landscape. There is water in the